It's the NFL on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons under the lights on Sunday night.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
Allen going to go to the air right away. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now Penix. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll throw with Penix. Got London on a slant. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To the air, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
To throw again is Penix. Throw left side, there's London. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts from 6 yards away.
And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
To the air. Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the 1st.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Motion man is Shakir.
Here's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Shrugs him off. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Cook.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Has his man. It's Shakir.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Khalil Shakir.
35 yards.
And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
The Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Penix.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Mooney, the motion man right. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And looking to throw, Penix. Over the middle, caught by London.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 34.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Penix working out of the gun here.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Seven, our score after one. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Here's Penix. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away.
Back deep is Brandon Codrington.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Josh Allen and the Bills set to take over again. He had the interception on the opening drive, but bounced back to throw a touchdown last time out. And he'll look to build on that as they start 1st and 10.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
2nd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Allen and Knox teaming up there for a Buffalo 1st down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9.
Allen.
Shakir hauls it in.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
But it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Now Allen.
Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And Knox is going to have a Bills 1st down as a tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but These moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3. Here's Cook again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook
Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bills go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 6. Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as the tackle made up near the 35.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On third down, Penix from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll leave them with third and a full yard to go.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And that coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Penix.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
They'll throw with Penix. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
2nd down and 8. To the air, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Ray McCloud in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one.
Coleman, the man in motion left. From the gun, it's Allen.
Quick slant to Shakir.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Well, now how about this return?
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. A play fake. Now Penix. Checks this one down to Robinson.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they have to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Looking to throw, Penix.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Allen.
That's going to be caught. It's Palmer.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one goes for 30 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. It's caught by Coleman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air, Allen. This one complete to Coleman. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Allen again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Cook up the gut. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Offensively, not what they wanted there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get the 3, and take the lead.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. Into the hands of London. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Penix. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Robinson on a give right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now a 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons have retaken a third-quarter lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's Allen.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
3rd and 5.
To throw, it's Allen.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Motion man is Shakir.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
Looking for James Cook out of the backfield that time.
And it's 2nd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing now is Allen.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
The Bills send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4. On the counter, this is Robinson.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense on third down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first, and then
is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that'll make this a 7-point game.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now Allen. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end.
And Knox is going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Coleman. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Allen going to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing, Allen.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman.
Now 2nd and 4. Here's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's second down and 3. To the air, Penix. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. They'll throw with Penix. It's complete to Robinson. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. This is 1st and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here comes second down. Again, it's Robinson. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Brandon Codrington. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.